welcome back to, I guess it's what's going to be the next little part on the Prado, I don't know, mid-shelf build, whatever's going on there. But this one we're going to finish off, I guess, the water tank, the plumbing for the water tank, and try and get a lid on the top of that and start the electrics, I guess. But we've been to Bunnings, got a couple of little things for the plumbing, and then we're going to seal off the water tank section, and then I guess build the next little bit there and hinge it as well. We can start the electrics, I guess. Let's get into it, start this plumbing. So the tank for this is, I'm not too sure if I said it on the last video, but it is an Outback Explorer 43 litre modular caravan and RV water tank. It's got a 1/2 inch BSB fitting there and a 1/2 inch BSB fitting here. There we go, let a bit more light in. But anyway, I think that was around 50 bucks. And the pump was around $100, 110 maybe. I think it was around 150, 160 all up. So that's what it is. But the little pump has got 13mm barb fittings on either end. I don't know where the other one's gone, somewhere down there. So I've picked up this, it was $8, and I don't really know why I've got it. It's food contact, something multi-purpose hose, food grade. Really, we've been using, I don't know, there it is there, this hose to fill up our water. It's only ever been used for drinking water and it's worked perfectly fine for us. I don't know why I've grabbed that, but I guess I'm going to be using this while I've got it. I'm going to use this to go from the tank to there. Maybe even using it as a fill point as well. We'll see how we go. Get some thread tape on everything and try and put everything together, and then we'll have to mount this in the little gap back there, and I guess try and run some wires. I don't know where I'm going to be running the wires, but we'll see what we can do. So before I do go too far, I want to, I guess, sort out the venting solution for what we're going to be using this top one to fill, and the bottom one down there for the pump. And you also need the little air vent for when you're filling the tank. So best thing I could come up with now that Bunnings is closed, is this little, I don't know what that sort of fitting is called, but it does say on the website drill a 3mm hole on the top there. Don't really want to do that. I sort of want to have something that I can run, I guess, out the vehicle. And my idea is get that in there somehow. Maybe silicone it in or something, waterproof, bond, however it works. And then also have something like this run out of there. And there was a hole under this whole system, so this whole system might have to come back out again and run this line out the hole. So when we are filling, that it does overflow and vents out the vehicle, not overflow in the vehicle. That's what's going on in my head. If it works, well, hopefully it'll work, but that'll be good. Yeah, they do say a 3mm hole on the top there. This is about a, probably say 4mm hole there. But if we run it longer, might restrict it a little bit, I'm not too sure. I'm just going to hope for the best there. We've managed to get this breather plumbed underneath all of this sort of system out to the outside of the car, siliconed it up so nothing's going to get back in, and we've also managed to get the little breather drilled right next to it and hopefully siliconed in. It takes 72 hours to dry. It's been in there for about 24, so that's just going to be left how it is. As for this little one, I guess we're going to be mounting the pump, which will be going that way, in there somehow. And then probably mounting this as well, using the little brackets to fix this down nice and tight. And then also cutting the top and closing this completely off. So it's essentially done then. All we've got to do is fix that little breather on after 72 hours, and that should be that section done, and this top bit cut ready to go on top when we're finished. Well, that is essentially going to be it. It's all plumbed up. I haven't tested it for leaks or anything, but essentially the pump outlet runs to the back there. Not too sure what I'm going to do there, if I'm going to have a little tap system or what the go is going to be, but we'll get to that when we get to it. I just want to fill this up, I guess. Fill it up a little bit because the silicon's not dried off completely on the vent there. And fill it up, just see if we've got any leaks down there, and then essentially close this off if it's all good. Come back in another couple of days and plug the vent in, and then we should be good. So we'll test it for leaks. As for the fill point as well, it's got that there. Seems to sit in a good little spot. I'm not too sure if it's worth just cable tying it to that little handle there, or what the go is going to be, but I will be carrying a hose, so I don't know if this is going to be excess, needs to be cut, but the way it just sits there seems to work pretty good for me, so it might just stay there. Righto, we'll hope for the best here, I think. I don't know how I'm going to do this. There's water going in. No leaks as of yet, but the pump's not on yet, so that one down the bottom there looks alright for now. So I set up a little, I guess, sprayer connection there on a hose up to here. Bit of a rudimentary little system, it's not the final product, but gives me an idea if everything's working, the pump's going to be working, and if all little connections are leaking. Well, hopefully they're not leaking, but there is 3 little connections. Got the one off the back of the pump, you can see it down there. We've got one here, a little elbow, another little elbow up there, which will be the connection to the main sort of, whatever gets done there, main tap, whatever. But I guess we'll try and hook this up to power. There's no leaks still, which is a really good thing. Are you happy with that? But that's only up until this side of the pump. So we'll hook the pump up, get it running, and see if it's leaking off any of these little connections. Well, here we go. Let's see what happens. So take 2, we did get a small leak just down there, and I've chucked a little hose clamp on there. I have a feeling though when I put pressure on there, this one's going to blow up because I can't find another hose clamp. I don't really want to head out to Bunnings. So we've got water, which is a good sign. But I guess we'll put pressure on there again, and hopefully this doesn't blow off, but I reckon it might just blow off because I just can't find that little hose clamp. Righto, we've got pressure on there now. We've got a little, I guess it's a stop, one-way sort of jobby. We'll put the power on and see what happens. And hopefully this should automatically shut off. It is an auto shut off jobby. There we go, we have got a small leak though, I can see it, where I haven't got a hose clamp, which is a bit of a pain. Righto, that's good. We're just going to find a little hose clamp for that leak, and that should sort that problem out there. The vent, that'll be dry tomorrow, hopefully, touch wood. And I guess for the rest of tonight, we'll just close this in. 4 or 5 screws in that to hold it down, and can pull that off tomorrow, fit the little vent. But that's bloody good. And this is going to be switched as well. That's not the way it's going to be run, obviously. So we got a top on the tank. all fixed down, all pretty good. The only thing we've got to do now is, I guess, wait another day for that breather to be fully sealed, and then we can plug it in. Run the cables, which I'm probably going to drill a hole in here and make it look a real nice. Put some corrugated cover over the wire as well, and also get some hose clamps as well. Couldn't find the other one, so I'm going to have to go to Bunnings and get one more. And the tap system, which I've got a little plan in my head, but we'll see how it goes. I do want to be sort of cheap on this, and a lot of taps are 20 to 30 bucks, so that's still sort of up in the air. We'll play it by ear and keep thinking about it. But we run into this problem here at electrics. I did want to do some separate videos on the electrics, but I think it's all just going to come into one video or a couple of videos on building the whole sort of system. As I don't want to build the whole system and then come back and take it all apart just to do the electrics. So my idea is the switches. This is just a generic switch straight off eBay. I think it was about 15 bucks maybe. Comes with fuses, the lot, all cabled up. USB plug, I think it's got 2 in there. 2 and 12 volt. My idea is it's going to go over this side somewhere. Maybe here, down there, I'm not too sure. I've got these 2 little panels I need to put in. And like I say, the idea here is the rooftop tent will be on this side, the entry. So when you're going to bed, you can just open this door, flick the switch for the lights off, and then climb up. I think that's going to be the best option, is somewhere down here. So we'll just go with that, I think. And then sometime today we'll get into Bunnings and get the last little bits we need. So that's looking pretty good now. Got it fixed in. There's a couple little holes in the screws here that I do want to cover up with the carpet, but I'm not too sure what we're going to do with carpet. I think that's going to do us for this little bit. We can start getting the electrics in there now and wiring little bits up. So after a lot of back and forthing between here, home and Bunnings, I believe a little pump system is working. We've completely filled this up. We did have a couple of leaks here that we managed to get fixed. The little bit that we got from Bunnings didn't have a rubber gasket in it, had to go back and get one for there. And these little hose clamps we managed to get, but there is no leaks at all, and completely filled that up. The vent's not leaking, that's not leaking. The vent overflow seems to be working, which is pretty good. Happy days there. We've also got rid of the, I'll actually turn it on first. There we go, pump's on. We've got rid of the little tap idea, and I've just got this little hose. I may do a longer hose so it reaches the whole way around the car and we can actually wash the car, but essentially, there we go, a shower. If I can mount that up there somewhere, be bloody good. This little hose end piece does leak, which is a pain, so I might have to get a new one, but pretty handy little system. Turn it right down, turn it right up. It just does leak a lot. And we have got a cut off back here. This is simply all I've done. Off. And that way we can disconnect that on a sort of a quick disconnect. So I guess I'll show you the power without the handpiece. So now if I can hold this like that. There you go, which is really good, happy with that. So that's good, that's going to be plenty enough for a cup of coffee, filling the kettle up, a shower as well. Somehow going to mount it up on the rack somehow, I'm not too sure how we're going to go, we'll get to that in the future. And well, more than enough as well, so we could probably get extra bit of hose and actually wash the car down every now and then, because it does need a bit of a wash, which is coming. But anyway, I guess we can completely close all this up, and that is done. We did run another wire through the back for the lights, just because it was handy to go through there for the time being to get to the switch panel. But I think that's all that we're going to have to run through there. So we'll button this up, get it closed up, So that's going to do us for this one. We did get it all buttoned up, everything sorted with the tank. We even did a little trip away to Perth, hence the fridge and some carpet. We managed to pick some carpet up for pretty cheap. That's going to be coming up in the next couple of videos. But tank, shower, water situation, bloody done. Over the moon with that. So I guess thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one, where I guess we'll be starting on the electric systems, the inverter, all the electrics under there, which is going to be a nightmare, but we'll get into it, we'll get it done. The quicker we get it done, the quicker we get back out there adventuring. Anyway, cheers for watching, we'll see you on the next one. Also for filling up, I guess, cooking gear, we'll put it on, I think it was flat. Nope. Center. No idea which one it is.